You want to be moving well into your 70s, riding bikes, lifting weights, traveling, playing with your grandkids, staying independent. Then the way you train today matters more than you think. Because these two men took very different paths. Arnold Schwarzenegger became the greatest bodybuilder of all time, a 7-time Mr. Olympia with one of the most impressive physiques ever built. Sylvester Stallone took a different route. Instead of chasing maximum muscle, Stallone focused on athleticism, conditioning, boxing, endurance, and movement. Today, both men are in their late 70s. But here's the real question. If you could choose one future for yourself, which man would you rather become? At first, the answer might seem obvious. Most people think of aging as losing muscle, and they're right. As we get older, muscle naturally declines. This process is called sarcopenia. That means less strength, a slower metabolism, more difficulty performing everyday tasks, and a greater risk of injury from falls. This is where Arnold's training style shines. Years of resistance training helped him build an incredible foundation of strength and muscle. Even today, Arnold remains active, works out regularly, and continues to inspire millions of people around the world. So if your goal is to stay strong for as long as possible, doesn't Arnold's approach make more sense? But here's where things get interesting. Most people assume the answer is obvious. More muscle, more strength, better aging, right? Well, not so fast. Because strength isn't the only thing that matters as we age. Mobility matters, balance matters, joint health matters. Being able to move comfortably through everyday life matters. And this is where Stallone starts making a strong case for himself. Throughout his career, Stallone emphasized movement, boxing, conditioning, functional training, cardio. The type of training that doesn't just build muscle, but teaches your body how to move efficiently. And looking at Stallone today, you can still see traces of that athleticism. So let me ask you this. Would you rather have a little more muscle or move a little better? Because eventually, most people will have to make that trade-off. And if you're over 40, that trade-off may already be happening. But here's where most people get it wrong. They think they have to choose between Arnold and Stallone, between muscle and movement, between strength and cardio. But what if the best answer is both? Because the person who only lifts weights may eventually lose mobility. But the person who only focuses on cardio may lose the muscle needed to stay strong and independent. So before you decide which path looks better, ask yourself, are you currently neglecting one of them? But before we hand the victory to Stallone, let's be fair. His path wasn't perfect either. Years of boxing, years of action movies, years of intense training, all come with a cost. Injuries, wear and tear, surgeries. And that's another lesson these two men teach us. One of the biggest mistakes people make is assuming they can worry about aging later. In your 20s and 30s, you can get away with a lot. Skip mobility, skip cardio, ignore recovery. But eventually the bill comes due. The habits you're building today are creating the person you'll become 20 or 30 years from now. That's why this comparison matters. And the reality is that very few people are willing to train with the consistency and intensity that either Arnold or Stallone maintained for decades. That's what makes this decision so difficult. Imagine yourself at 78 years old. Which sounds more appealing? Being one of the strongest people in the room or being one of the most athletic? Would you rather prioritize muscle or movement, strength or conditioning? The truth is, both men got something right. Arnold reminds us that strength matters, muscle matters, resistance training matters. Stallone reminds us that movement matters, cardio matters, athleticism matters. The real lesson isn't becoming Arnold, and it isn't becoming Stallone. The real lesson is deciding which qualities from each man you want to bring into your own life. 20 years from now, you won't care how much weight you used to lift. You'll care whether you can still enjoy your life, whether you can travel, whether you can stay independent, whether your body still allows you to do the things you love. Arnold and Stallone took different roads to get there. Looking at where they ended up today, which road looks more appealing to you? If you could wake up tomorrow with the body, health, and abilities of one of these men at their current age, who would you choose? Arnold Schwarzenegger or Sylvester Stallone? Let me know in the comments.